Hello students, welcome to this session. I've just solved this NEET test 105. I thought in the night that paper won't come, but the paper came when I got up in the morning. And here I am to the analysis. As per me, 16 questions were easy. I think question number 2 answer is given wrong by them. 26 questions were medium, 3 were tough. Then I have taken 1, 2 as tough because of calculation. So paper overall was a good one, not an easy, not very tough. It's a good paper to test yourself. And going by my logic, 16 plus 13, that if I take 29 questions, so it is, let's say 115 should be a decent score for anyone looking for some scores in physics, and for those who are very good, they should get 160 plus in this paper. So that is the analysis from my side. Let's see the paper. Let's begin. Suppose a beam of electron with each electron having energy E0 is incident on a metal surface kept in an evacuated chamber. Now here just see it is not photon, it is electrons. So in this case, if we take the electron just lying on the surface and elastic collision case, they can be emitted with an energy with a maximum of E0. So they can be emitted with any energy, but maximum here can be E0, not E0 minus phi like in the case of the photon. This is a question of your exemplar problems of NCERT, and just remember, being a case of electron, it can be emitted with a energy that has a maximum of E0, not E0 minus phi. Typically we got write E0 minus phi, but that is the case for photons, not the case for electron. Next, when electron jumps from higher orbit to the second orbit in helium plus ion, the radiation emitted out will be in. So from higher orbit to the second orbit, that means we are talking of the Balmer series, but here it is not the hydrogen, this is helium plus. So definitely here the energy would be more. So here it won't be in visible, it would be in ultraviolet region, because energy differences will be 4 times. So therefore they will be definitely lying in the, they can be in the UV. I'll go for UV region, though they have given visible region. I don't know why, because for hydrogen it was visible, for it would be UV definitely. Next, a ball reaches a racket at 60 meter per second along plus x direction, leaves the racket in the opposite direction with the same speed. Assuming the ball's mass is 50 gram, contact time is 0.02 second, the force exerted would be, so definitely it was coming along positive x and goes towards minus x. So the momentum change is happening along minus x, so force will be along negative x first of all, and the magnitude of the force would be delta p by delta t. Delta p I can write it as 2 mv because the direction is reversed upon delta t. So that is 2 into 50 into 10 to the power minus 3 into 60 upon 2 into 10 to the power minus 2 I can write. So this 2 and 2 goes, this 10 to the power minus 2, 1, this 10 to the power minus 3 goes, so this would be 300 Newton. So 300 Newton along negative x direction, that is going to be the answer in this case. Next one, bullet of mass m moving with speed v strikes a block of mass capital M at rest, gets embedded into it. The kinetic energy of the composite block will be, because it is embedded, we can write mv would be equal to m plus mv final. So v final is mv upon m plus m. So final kinetic energy would be half total mass now would be m plus m, and that would be equal to mv upon m plus m whole square. So it comes out as m square v square upon 2 times m plus m. So going by this, the kinetic energy of the composite block now would be equals to, this is option A that we are getting. Next, stone of 1 kg is tied to the string of length 1 meter whirled in a horizontal circuit with angular velocity this. The tension would be, you can directly say it provides the necessary centripetal force. So tension would be m omega square r. So 1 into 4 into 1, that is equal to 4 Newton. Go for option C. Next, the magnetic induction field strength due to a short bar magnet at distance 0.2 meter on the equatorial line is this. The magnetic moment of the bar magnet is. So in an equatorial line, we know the magnitude is mu naught upon 4 pi m by r cube. So that is 0.20, that is 20 into 10 to the power minus 6. Okay. So the value of m would be 20 into 10 raised to the power minus 6, and this will become 10 to the power 7 going there, into r cube would be 8 into 10 to the power minus 3. So it is 160 into 10 to the power minus 2. So it is 1.6 ampere meter square. That is what you can write. Go for option C. Next, in the following network, the current flowing through 15 ohm resistance will be, okay, so 15, 3, 24. So this is a balanced Wheatstone bridge. so no current flows there. And this one is 15 and 3, that is 18 ohms. This is 20 and 4, this is 24 ohms. So the current through this will be directly, we can say, would be in the inverse ratio of the resistances. So I required in the 15 ohm would be equal to 24 upon 24 plus 18 into 2.1. So this comes out as 24 upon what we have, this is 42 into 2.1. So this is 20, this is 6 by 5, or you can say 1.2 amperes. Go for option C in this particular case. This is 1.2. Next one. Consider the circuit shown below. The current in the 4 ohm resistor is, where is the 4 ohm? Here it is. Okay. So we need to first simplify. 5, 4, 9 is 10. So 10 and 10 will be 5. 5, 3, 2. That will be again 10. 10 and 10 will be 10. And then there will be 5. So what we are left with, so last photo if we get, it would be like this: 5, 10, 2, and this is 10. So what we have, total resistance is 5, 5, 10, 12. So current will be 1 ampere. So here would be 0.5 and here would be 0.5 from symmetry. So because it is a 0.5, 0.5, that means this current is 0.5. Again this will be divided equally, so it would be 0.25, 0.25. So go for option A in this particular case. Now next, the current graph for resonance in LC circuit is. So in LC circuit what we have, the current is you say reaches a maximum at omega naught. So A is cannot be the answer, B cannot be the answer. This is only C, that is Z is also correct. But they have specifically asked for current, so I won't go for the D, though the D one is also right. I'll go for C because they are asking only for current. Next one. Small square loop of a wire of side small l is placed inside a large square loop of wire side capital L. Loops are coplanar, centers coincide, mutual inductance of the system. Directly what you will do, take the current in the outer one and take its flux in the smaller one. So what we will have, the flux in the linking flux, let's say 1 and 2, the flux in 1 due to 2 would be what we can say, if we talk about this would be B, that would be proportional to 1 upon L, and into area would be proportional to L square. So if you do that mutual coefficient of conduction, that you will write as N1 512 upon I2, so it will directly come out proportional to L square by L. So go for option B. Again you must have done this question before. Calculate the ratio of the capacitance of the two capacitors filled with dielectric of the same dimension but of different values, K and K by 4, arranged in two ways as shown in the figure. So what will you have here? You say they will be in parallel. Here you will say they will be in series. So going by this, the first one we will say, the first one will be what we can say, because they are in the what we can say in a parallel, what will be the C epsilon naught, what we will have K1 A by 2 by D plus, in the case of first case, plus epsilon naught K2 A by 2 upon D, or I can have epsilon naught A upon 2D K1 plus K2, that is K plus K by 4, that would be 5K by 4. In the second case, if I have, in the second case whatever I write, both will be in a what I can say series, so it would be epsilon naught A, and what I can write it, I am assuming the gap is same, because the photo looking like this is double, but I am taking it same because that is generally what people ask. D by 2 K1 plus D by 2 K2. So going by this, what we will have, epsilon naught A, it would be D by 2K plus D by 2K by 4, that would be 4D by 2K I can write. So this would be 5, or you can say 2K epsilon naught A by 5D. So clearly you can make it out. The second, this is 2 by 5, that is 5 by 8. So the ratio, if I have to do the C1 to C2, that ratio would be 5 by 8. Here you have 2 by 5, that is 25 by 16. Go for option B in this case. This is the answer. Next one. Potential at a point X measured in micrometer due to some charges situated on the x-axis is given by V is this. The electric field at X equal to 4 micrometers is. Simply you can write E is minus dV by dx. So what you will have, it would be minus 20, if I take minus of dV by dx, so 20 I can take it out as common. What we will have, 1 upon x square minus 4 whole square, minus sign 1, that would be again become plus, into, if we do that chain rule, it would be 2x. So it comes out as 40x upon x square minus 4 whole square. So electric field at x equal to 4 micrometers would be 40 into what we have 4 upon what we will have 4 square minus 4, that is 16 minus 4, 12 whole square, that is 40 into 4 upon 144. So 40 into 4 upon 144, that comes out as 10 by 9. You can directly go, that is 160 by 144, that is 10 by 9, that would be 10 by 9 volt per micrometer, and it is coming out as positive, so it would be along the positive x direction. Go for it. Next, radius of the earth is about 6400 kilometer, that of Mars is this. Mass of earth is about 10 times the mass of the Mars. Object 200 is on the surface of the earth, and surface of the Mars will be, so that depends on the value of g. G, you know, is gm by r square. So if I take for the Mars, the mass is 1 by 2, sorry, mass is 1 by 10. Mass is 1 by 10 and radius is half, that is 1 by 4. So g will be 4 by 10, or you can say 2 by 5 of g of earth. So the weight will also be 2/5. 2/5 means that is 80 newtons. Go for option D in this. Now the next, the angular velocity of the earth, which it has to rotate, so that acceleration due to gravity on 60-degree latitude becomes 0. So at 60-degree, what we write, that is g naught minus omega square r cos square 60, and that should become 0. So omega square r cos square 60 would be 1 by 4, becomes g naught. So omega square r becomes 4 g naught. So omega becomes 2 times root of g naught by r. Okay, so this is 2 times root of g naught by r. So if I solved it, this will come out as 2 into g naught by r. G is 10, radius is 6400 kilometers. Kilometers mean 10 to the power 3 in the SI unit. So it is 2 upon what we will have 1 upon 64 into 10 to the power 4. So it comes out as 64 is 8, and this is 100. So it is 1 upon 400 radian per second that we are getting. That comes out as 2.5 into 10 to the power minus 3 radian per second. Go for option A. Next, for any material, if RTA represents the reflection coefficient, transparent, and the absorption, then you know for the black body everything is absorbed, so absorptivity is 1 and the rest are 0. So go for option C. Next, at room temperature, a diatomic gas is found to have RMS speed of 1930. The gas is, so Vrms you know is the root of 3RT upon molar mass. So going by this, if I do this molar mass comes out as 3R. R is 25 by 3 in SI unit. T, let's say approximately 300, and this is Vrms is 1930 into 1930 you will do here, because it would be square now. That would be kg per mole. So I'll convert into gram per mole, but let me wait. So it is 25 into 300. Let me cancel up. So it was 75 upon 193 into 193, and if I do this would be 1000 gram per mole. So if I do this, this basically comes out as what I can do. This would be approximately 5 point something, and 75 into 5 point something, 375, 400 upon 193, that would be roughly I am getting this is 375, 380 times something divided by 193, that would be 2 point something. So only option is hydrogen I can go for. So it is approximately 2 gram per mole. So go for hydrogen in this case. Only H2 can have this. Next, choose the correct statement for an isolated system. For an isolated system, the graph is given. Okay, let me check. Delta U from C to D. C to D, the temperature is changing and it is decreasing. So it is negative for C to D. The volume is decreasing, temperature will decrease, so it would be negative. Delta Q from A to B will be positive. Delta U, A minus B, A to B to C to D to A is non-zero, that is incorrect. Delta Q from D to A is equal to 0, that is also incorrect. So I don't know what they are asking. So let me again look at this. Isolated, typically we know isolated means Q is 0 and W is also 0. So it should be, if I take it insulated, then if I do C to D, we can say work is negative, so everything will be adiabatic type, so delta U will become positive in this case. So okay, this will be negative in that case. Delta QAB positive, that is wrong. Delta UAPDCTA is non-zero, so it is non-zero, we cannot say that will be 0 because that is a state function that won't change. Delta Q from D to A for any process will be 0, so go for D. Still I don't get the meaning because typically isolated means Q0 W0, so go for D in that case, but whatever be it. Charge with a particle with charge plus Q and mass m enters a magnetic field of magnitude B existing only to the right of the boundary YZ. The direction of the motion of the particle is normal to the direction of B, then the time spent in the particle in the field will be, so it would be only to the right of the boundary YZ. That means it will come out as, let's say this is the YZ plane and this is x-axis, only field is existing here. So if it comes here, we know it will complete a half a circle, so time spent would be, you can say delta t spent would be t by 2, that would be equal to 2 pi m by qb divided by 2, that is pi m by qb. Go for option B in this case. Next one. The parallel plate capacitor is a potential difference of 100 volt separation as 1 mm. Electron is projected along x-axis in between the plates. If the electrons comes out of the plate along the x-axis undeviated, then the magnitude and direction of the magnetic field is. So it clearly suggests the direction of magnetic field. So we know for undeviated case V should be equal to E by B, and what we have, V cross B should be opposite to E. So here what is E? E direction is downward, so V cross B should be upwards, so it should be upward, so it should be upward, so that B should be inside. B should be like this should be inside. Inside means it would be, this is I, this is a K upper, so it would be J, so it should be along J cap for sure. So the answer is only one option in J cap, so go for that only, you can get the magnitude that would be same. So this is one J cap. If the velocity of a particle moving along a straight line decreases linearly with its displacement, okay, to a value approaching to 0 at 30 meter, then the acceleration of the particle at 15 meter, where it is 15, it would be like this. From logic you will say it is 10 meter per second, and acceleration you call it as v dv by dx. So v is 10, dv by dx is minus of 20 by 30 you had, so it is minus of 20 by 3 meter per second square. Go for it. So go for option D, that is the acceleration here. Next, body is projected up a smooth inclined plane with a velocity v0 from a point A as shown in figure. Angle of inclination is 45 and top B of the plane is connected to a well of diameter 40 meters. If the body just manages to cross the well, the value of v0 is, the length of the incline is 20 root 2. So this length is 20 root 2, so this height becomes 20. So if this velocity is v0, you can directly say the velocity at B. So velocity at B would be equal to, directly you can say v0 square minus 2gh, h is 20. So the v0 square minus 400 you have. Now because it is 45 degree range will be maximum in the limiting case, this is R max, so this would be vb square by g, that should be equal to this 40 meters. So vb square is 400, so what we have, v0 square will come out as 800, so v0 comes out as 20 root 2 meter per second. Go for option B in this case. Next, a body moves along a circular path of the radius 5 meters. The coefficient of friction between the surface of the path and the body is 0.5. The angular velocity in radian per second with which the body should move so that it doesn't have to leave the path is, okay. So it doesn't have to leave the path, that means what we can say, that mu s g should provide the v square by r limiting the required acceleration. So v in the limiting case or the maximum case would be mu s r g. So mu s is 0.5, r is 5, g is 10. So this is 25, 25 means 5 meter per second. So it should be less than 5. So the angular velocity, this is v, so omega would be 5 by 5, that is 1 radian per second. So it should be 1 radian per second or lesser. So go for option D here. Next one. Disc of mass 10 gram is kept floating horizontally in air by firing bullets. This is Rajnikant style, you can say, each of mass 5 gram with same velocity at a rate of 10 bullets per second. The bullets rebound with the same speed in the positive direction. The velocity of each bullet at the time of impact is. So it is something like this. A bullet comes and goes like this. The momentum change happening is mv. So the force exerted, what we say, is dp by dt. That is, let's say if n bullets strike, each changes by 2 mv. So to keep it floating, this should be equal to mass of disk into g. So velocity required would be mass of disk is 10 into 10 to the power minus 3 into 10 upon 2 into n, that is 10, and its mass is 5 into 10 to the power minus 3. So what we are, 10 goes, this would be 1 meter per second we are getting, or if you take g as 9.8, it would be 0.98 or 98 centimeter per second. Go for option B in this case. Next, star can convert all the helium nuclei completely into oxygen nuclei. The energy releases per oxygen nuclei is, okay, so what we need, 4 helium, that converts into 1608. So the mass consumed is 4 into 4.0026, that is 4 6 are 24, 2 that is 10, and 0 0 and 4 4s are 16.0104, and that mass is 15.9994. So the mass defect is 0, 10 and 9 1. This is 0, this is 10 and 9. Okay, no, sorry, it will again come out as 1. This would be 0, and this would be 0 0 0 like this. So the energy, the Q value would be 0.0110 into 931.5. So it would be, I can say 9.315 or slightly greater than that. It would be 10.24. That would be the answer for this case. Activity of a radioactive element decreased to 1/3 of original in 9 years. After further 9, we have told you many times, if it becomes 1 by 3 in 9, in further 9 it will become 1 by 3 square, that is I naught by 9. Just again I am telling you, if this is n naught and it becomes, after t naught times it becomes n naught by x, so after 2 t naught time you can directly write it would be n naught by x square. That is what we can use using the power of exponents. Next, you have two identical springs, both having a constant k. Here spring, pulley, rod are massless, block has mass m. What is the extension of each spring at equilibrium? So at equilibrium, what you know, this tension is equal to mg, and you can make it out. This tension would be twice of t is 2 mg, and that is the spring force, half of the spring force. So the spring force will also be mg. You can make it out because F plus F is 2t, so F spring is mg, so extension would be mg by k. So go for option, which option? D is the answer that you can go for. Next, a horizontal platform with an object placed on it is executing SHM in the vertical direction. The amplitude is 2.5. What must be the least period so that it is not detached? So you know the maximum acceleration it experiences, that is omega square a should be less than g. So what we have, omega should be less than equal to root g by a. So time period should be greater than equal to 2 pi root of a by g. So this is 2 pi root of a, that is 2.5 into 10 to the power minus 2 upon 10, that is 1 by 4, 10 to the power minus 2, that is 10 to the power minus 1 by 2. So it is 0.5 pi, or you can say pi by 10. Pi by 10 seconds, that is the answer. You can go for option C. Next, in a photoemissive cell with executing wavelength lambda, the fastest electron has speed v. If the exciting wavelength is changed to 3 lambda by 4, the speed of the fastest emitted electron will be. So it's like a photoelectric effect. First you can say this hc by lambda minus 5 was equal to half mv square. Now it is changed to hc by 3 lambda by 4, that it becomes 4 hc by 3 lambda minus 5. So what we can say, this is 4 by 3 hc by lambda, that is definitely greater than 4 by 3 of hc by lambda minus 5 directly. So it would be greater than 4 by 3 of half mv square. So this would be half mv dash square. So v dash square would be greater than 4 by 3 v square. So v dash should be greater than root 2 by 3 times v. So root 2 by 3 times v, or 4 by 3 half greater than, go for option A in this case. Next one, light of lambda which is less than threshold wavelength is incident on a photosensitive material. If incident wavelength is decreased so that emitted photoelectrons are moving with the same velocity, then stopping potential will. Okay, so emitted photoelectrons are moving with same velocity even when the energy is increased. That means stopping potential has to be increased because now the electrons are more energetic. So to keep them with the same energy, the retarding potential has to be increased in this case. In the given figure, atmospheric pressure P naught is 1 atm and mercury column length is 9 centimeter. Pressure P of the gas enclosed in the tube is going to be mercury column is 9, pressure P of the gas will be, so it would be P naught plus rho GH. So P naught is 180 m plus mercury is what we can write, mercury is at 7.76 centimeter is equal to 180 m, so it would be what I can write 9 upon 76 into 180 m you can go for. So, or you can say this is 76 plus 9 by 76 length, you can go plus 9, you can go directly if it is given in that column. So this is 76 plus 9, that is pressure of 85 centimeter of Hg. That's an easy one for you. Next, stream of water flowing horizontally with the speed of 15 gushes into a tube of cross-sectional area and hits a vertical wall normally. What is the force exerted on the wall by the impact of the water? So by the impact of the water, the force that it would be exerted, the force exerted I can directly write as rate of change of momentum, what you write as dp by dt, or you can write it as dm by dt into v. So the mass striking per unit time, mass striking you can write as rho dv by dt into v, and dv by dt you know is equal to a into v, area of cross section, that is small a into v square, directly you can go for. So 10 to the power 3, area is 10 to the power minus 2, v square is 225, so it comes out as 2250 Newton, and go for option A in this case. Next one, transparent media A and B separated by a plane boundary, speed of light in A is this and then B is this, the critical angle at which a ray of light going from A to B is TIRS. So what we can say, sin theta c is always written as n rarer upon n denser, so that would be the reverse of the velocity. Here denser is A, so I can say reverse would be velocity in B to velocity, velocity in A to velocity in B, that we can go for, because it would be reverse of n in the velocity, that would be 2 upon 2.5, that you can say is 4 by 5, that means the sine inverse 4 by 5, I can directly go for option C in this particular case. Next one, an astronomical telescope has objective and eyepiece lenses of powers this and this. The magnifying power is, directly you say magnifying power is FO by FE, or you can say it is PE by PO. So that is 20 upon 0.5, so they'll go for 40, that's an easy one from telescope thing. Next, particle of mass 5 gram is moving with speed of 3 root 2 centimeter per second xy plane along the line y equal to x plus 4, the angular momentum about the origin is. So y is equal to x plus 4, if you draw it, it would be like this. This is 4, this would be 4, because when x is 0, y is 4, when y is 0, x is minus 4. So if I draw the perpendicular length, you can make it out, this length is 4 and this is 45. So this r perpendicular is 4 sine 45, that is 1 by root 2, that is 2 root 2 centimeters. Okay, or 2 root 2 meters, I don't know what they have written, what they means. Let's say assuming 2 root 2, and what we have, angular momentum would be mvr perpendicular. M is what we have, 5 gram, v is 3 root 2, and this is 1 upon 2 root 2. So what we are left with, this is 15 by 2, we are getting, this is 15, this is 2 root 2 is above, okay, I have done it wrong, it is 2 root 2 here. So what we are left with, this is a 2 root 2 root 2, 4, 4, 3 is a 12, 12, 5 is a 60 we are getting, so whatever be the unit, the value will be 60, go for it. Next, uniform sphere of mass 500 grams rolls without slipping on a plane horizontal surface with the center moving at a speed of this, its kinetic energy would be, directly you will say, because it is rolling, half mv square beta. For uniform sphere it is 7 by 5, it is half a kg, 5 means 1 by 20 whole square into 7 by 5. So it is 1 by 4 into 1 by 400 into 7 by 5. So 7 upon 5 4s are 20, 20 4s are 80 into 10 to the power minus 2 or 10 to the power minus 3 I can do. 7 by 8 into 10 to the power minus 3. So this is 70 by 8 into 10 to the power minus 4. So it would be 8.75 into 10 to the power minus 4. Go for option A. Which of the following statement is wrong regarding a PN diode? Diode may illuminate light. Our rectifying devices are unidirectional, have 3 terminals, so you know they have 2 terminals, so go for option D. The logic gate shown as the input waveform A and B as shown, pick out the correct output waveform. So what? Now look at this, this is a NOR gate, this is a inverter, so this basically becomes an OR gate. So this becomes an OR gate and this is bubbled OR you can say, and if from the De Morgan theorem, if you know, bubbled OR is equal to NAND. So that is one of the one thing. The other way is, let's say you have identified it as an OR gate, and what we can have it is inverted. So when we have 0 0, it will be 1 1, so answer will be 1. When it be 0 1, for the OR 0 1 is the case, we will have 1 0 1 0. So 1 0 will also give us 1. So 1 0 will also give us 1, and 1 1 0 you can do from here, and NAND gate is like this. So it would be 0 only when both are 1. So it would be 0 in this part, and it would be 0 in this part, rest all are 1. So going by this, looking at the curves, what we are getting, this is tough to make it out. This is coming out as which one is 0, this one should be 0, so this is not 1. So this is AND they have given, we have to give the invert of this, the AND gate. Go for option C here. Next one, graph of specific heat at constant volume for a monoatomic gas is. For a monoatomic gas, specific heat at constant volume, you know that is fixed, that is always equal to 3R by 2 for a monoatomic gas. So 3R by 2, not B, this is C option, it is fixed. Density of a solid ball is to be determined in an experiment. The diameter of the ball is measured with the screw gauge whose pitch is 0.5. There are 50 divisions on circular scale. So least count would be 0.5 by 50, that is 1 by 100 of mm. And the reading on the main scale is 2.5 and circular division is 20. Okay, so this is a 2.5 plus 20 into 1 by 100 I can do, so it is 2.7 millimeters. That is what you have, the reading is. The measured mass of the ball is a relative error of 2%, the relative error in density. Density is mass upon volume, so delta rho by rho, that is mass upon, you can say R cube or D cube by 8, whatever you are writing, R and D will have same relative error. So it is delta M by M plus 3 times delta R by R. Delta M by M plus 3 delta R by R or delta D by D, that doesn't matter. So delta M by M is 2%, and here what you will have, the least count is 0.01, and it is 2.7 into 100%. So it is 1 upon 2.7. So 2% plus 1, this would be 1 upon 2.7%. 1 upon 2.7 you will have as something as a point closer to 0.4. So it would be 2. It would be, and 3 times also. Sorry. So it would be almost lesser than 0.4. So it would be lesser than 1.2. So go for 3.1%. That would be the most appropriate one out of this. Two light waves of intensity I1, I2 having same frequency pass through the same medium at a time in same direction and interfere. Sum of minimum and maximum. So minimum maximum you say is root I1 plus root I2 whole square, and minimum you say is root I1 minus root I2 whole square. So if you add them up and the root I1 I2 factors goes up, it would be twice of I1 plus I2 directly. You can go for option B in this particular case. This is twice of I1 plus I2. I think this is being asked before also. Red light has a wavelength 5400 angstrom, distant source of 0.8 mm wide. Calculate the distance between the first two dark bands on each side of the central bright band and the refraction pattern observed on the screen placed 1.4 meter. Distance between the first two dark bands, that would be definitely equal to lambda L by A, directly you can go for. So lambda is between the first two dark bands on each side, that means the central maxima, sorry, that would be 2 lambda L by A. So that would be what you can say, let me write it again, twice of 5400 into 10 to the power minus 10, L is 1.4 and A is 80 into 10 to the power minus 5 I can go for. So 5 and 2 7, so that would be 10 to the power minus 3, 54 into 2, that is 108 into 1.4 over 80. So 80, this is okay, that do 20 and this would be 27. So what we have, 10 to the power minus 4 I can do, 27 into 0.7 I can do. So if in terms of mm I can do it 2.7 into 0.7 mm. So 27, 7 7s are 9, 7 2s are 14, 14 and 4 18. So it is 1.89 mm. Go for option A, that is exactly being given here. Next, the equation of the progressive wave is this. Which of the following is correct? Velocity. So first of all, check me. This is omega is pi by 3 and k is pi by 5. So v is omega by k, that comes out as 5 by 3. So this is not right. First option is not correct. Amplitude is 3, that is correct. Amplitude is 3, so there's no issue, but 3 meters I'll suppose as per this. Let me check, it could be correct. Frequency, omega is given, that is 2 pi f, so f is equal to, it will come out as 1 by 6, so it is not correct. Wavelength, that is 2 pi by k, so k comes out as 1 by 10 meters, 10 centimeters. So go for 2 pi by lambda. 1 minute, it is 1 by 10. Let me check 2 pi by lambda, sorry. So lambda would be 10, yes, lambda would be 10 meters, that is correct. So go for option D. This would be 3 meters, not 3 centimeters. Next, string of 2.5 kgs under tension of 200 newtons. Length of stretch string is 20. If the transverse jerk is struck at one end, how long does it take to take the other end? Okay, so first of all, what is V? V is root T by mu. Mu is 2.5 upon 20, so that comes out as 200 into 20 upon 2.5, so I can do, this is 8, so it is 1600, so it comes out as 40 meter per second. So time taken would be distance by speed, that is 20 by 40, that comes out as 1 by 2.5 seconds. Next one, this is 43rd. Kinetic energy of a particle in a straight line depends with a distance like this, the force acting is. So what would be the force acting? K is, you have to write half m v square, that is equal to a s square. So v square is 2a s square by m, and what we say the force we can say, just differentiate it, what we will have, 2v dv by dt, that is equal to 2a by m into 2s ds by dt. ds by dt is v, that is cancelled. dv by dt is acceleration, and this is m, so m dv by dt, this 2 and 2 get cancelled, that is equal to 2as, that is the force. So force is 2as. Go for option A in this case. Last one, potential energy of a particle of mass 5 kg going in the xy plane is this. If the particle starts from rest from the origin, then the speed at t equal to 2 seconds. So what we can do here, this expression u is given for us, so just check this u. So what I can say, force would be minus du by dx, I can write because it is a function of both. So force would be minus of del u by del x I cap plus del u by del y j cap. So if I differentiate it, what I will get, this would be 7 and this would be minus 7, sorry, and this would be I cap plus 24 j cap, so it comes out as 7i minus 24 j. So what would be the acceleration? Divide by mass, 7 by 5 I cap minus 24 by 4 j cap. So velocity at t equal to 2 seconds, because acceleration seems to be constant, so u plus at u is 0. So that would be multiplied by 2, that would be 14 by 5 I cap minus 48 by 5 j cap. So the speed would be 1 by 5 under root of 14 square plus 48 square. I can take 2 common, let me take common 2 by 5, that would be 7 square, 49, 24 square is 576, and 49, that is 625, that is 25. So it comes out as 5 into 2, that is 10 meter per second. So that's for the today. Thanks for watching. I don't think the paper will come today, but it came, so I solved. It's 7:38. I have solved right now.